Doc, another question that popped in the Zoom chat that I wanted to touch on about pricing was from Fabian, which was, what do you think about community members and clients defining their pricing like a sort of choose what you want option? In practice, do you find that that leads to like potentially higher value or, because they feel bad about a lower price? How do you kind of think about that?
That's a great question. Fabian, shout out to Fabian, got a great company. Love the community. That's going to be awesome stuff, man. Great to see you here. I usually do not. So the simple answer is no, I don't like it. And the reason behind it is a lot of you're already servicing and having a great product. Doing that, your members are not a good gauge at that. There's so many other factors that you're giving too much power to them, and they could be actually setting the wrong standard for your own community. So it's too much power to them for the most part. And then also too, it's just hard to dictate. The only reason I would say if you're allowing them to pick their price point is if you're doing validation and you're in the validation section, maybe as an exercise, and I wouldn't have it continually. I would have it like, okay, we're only doing this for the first three. We'll let you pick X, Y, and Z. We're going to reevaluate at the end of 3 months, and then we're going to see how much we actually made you or how much we saved you and all these things. Because then they're going to be more, it's going to be more valuable for them. If they say, hey, it's only worth this much, I'm only willing to pay this much, it could just be a slippery slope and just spiraling pricing that you're trying to catch, maybe not even your ideal client if they've got that mindset, if that makes sense.
And real quick, I'll say that usually people do like choose what you want pricing as an accessibility option to help like disadvantaged communities or disadvantaged folks be able to get access. But I will say is it removes the predictability of your revenue. You don't know how much you're going to make each month. And because of that, it's kind of a detriment. And there's other ways like scholarships and like more structured discounts that would help those disadvantaged people more while also giving you that reliability in your revenue coming in. So that's why like I totally agree with Doc is it feels nice in practice, but it actually hurts your business a little.
I love that. I'm so glad you brought that up. I love giving away scholarships. If you're, and usually what I'd even do with scholarships, if I'm like, hey, I would love to offer this to qualify, like maybe they're doing an assignment or they're doing something that's showing that they really want that and they're not just looking for a bargain. And then we'll be like, yeah, this is the scholarship. We have a whole like presentation, a lot of the programs I work with or communities for them to celebrate, hey, I'm awarded this kind of scholarship to do X, Y, and Z. And then they're brought in. And then also too, allowing them to do testimonials and things like that. To see this is actually going on with NBA Summer League. They have a program called Sports Business Classroom. It helps different ones that are trying to break into the NBA, into the front office to go and learn the cap and basically learn all of the stuff in the front office. For kids that cannot afford it, Chris Paul, he's a player for Phoenix Suns, well now Washington, he got traded this week. Anyway, that's not the point. He has a foundation that he gives away 10 scholarships for kids every single year. So the value, and they say the value is about $5,000. They pay for the full trip, all of those things. So now people understand the value of the program, understand how much it is, and they're seeing that it's a limited spots and what makes you qualified to be able to receive the scholarship.
But even if you offered such a contribution model for a free tier where you don't expect revenue anyways, then it would just be additional revenue.
This is the thing. I think it really depends on the structure of the business. And there's a whole other way for communities that have free tiers. I think it's even a bigger conversation if you want to do free tiers. The problem that I find is when people bake in free tiers first before they even have their pricing structure, it screws up because then people are worrying about the conversion tactic to bring them from the free tier to what's the percentage of them going into the paid. And then we're working on this huge funnel where if we worked on premium or we worked on a structure that would make it feasible or for your business to be profitable, going for that first, then sprinkle on free tier later on when we're trying to do different levers. It's just very complicated when you get started first. So I always go premium. I always go with the paid route and then free tier later on because the funnel is crazy. The funnel has to be crazy for that.